When we have been on our own healing journey for so long, learning how to build our own emotional resilience, learning how to navigate our own emotional chaos, and how to really manage our own negative emotions during times of distress. But then, when we're faced with a challenge or a stressful situation, and as we are experiencing the negative emotions in the aftermath of that event, we may tend to judge ourselves. We may tend to deem ourselves as, we're failing ourselves. We have learned all of these techniques for nothing. We have built our own resilience, yet we're experiencing these negative emotions. One of the mistakes that we do on our healing journey, or one of the misleading ideas that we adopt, is that when we build our own emotional resilience, that means we're never going to experience negative emotions, and that is very untrue. Building our own emotional resilience does not mean we will never experience negative emotions. But then, I have experienced that with some of my clients, is that, when we're so empowered by what we have learned, when we're so empowered by all the tools and techniques that we learn, when we're so empowered by what the work that we have done to reprogram our own nervous system and to reprogram our subconscious mind, but then we're faced with something that really weighs down on our hearts, we may tend to judge ourselves because we still have remaining limiting beliefs that we need to work on. And so I just wanted to attract your attention to one thing in terms of how the brain works. When we are experiencing a negative emotion due to a negative experience, then automatically we will start thinking about all the similar experiences we've had where we have experienced that feeling. So when we are, experiencing, let's say, a feeling of powerlessness, then the brain will start giving us more proof or validating that feeling by giving us all of these instances where we felt powerless. And so one negative thought will give way to another negative thought, and then to another and to another, until we feel like we're stuck in a place where we can't get ourselves out of that vicious loop. And we will think that, we have been for so long in that state because we're just remembering all the instances where we're feeling powerless, and we would start thinking, we will start feeling frustrated and thinking, this has been going for so long. The thing is, when you start your healing journey and healing from your negative experiences of the past, you're not going to have amnesia. You're not going to forget all of these hurtful experiences. You will heal the negative charge around the experience. You will heal the negative emotion. You will heal your nervous system from the aftermath of that experience, but you're not going to forget it. The trick here is to be aware of our thoughts. When we start experiencing the thoughts that will lead to us being stuck in that loop of, feeling trapped, feeling powerless, feeling confused, we need to just, ground ourselves, take a deep breath, because taking a deep breath will, it's like the switch that gets your body, your physiology out of a stress mode. It will tell your nervous system, we are safe. We don't need to be in that fight or flight mode. And so start by taking a deep breath, ground yourself in your body, let your focus be on your heart, on your womb, just in your body. Get yourself out of your head and just focus maybe on your breath. And then make a sincere attempt to move your focus into what is working in your life. Try to think of all of the things that you would be grateful for. Even if you cannot activate the feeling of gratefulness, that is totally okay. This is just to get your brain to focus not on the thoughts that will keep you stuck in that negative emotional state. It will just remove that focus into something better. Or if you could just keep your focus on your breath, that will give your brain something to do, and it will keep your brain off of the negative thoughts, and consequently it will lessen the degree of your negative experiences. So I just want you to know that you don't need to judge yourself just because you have been working on yourself for so long, and then you're still experiencing negative emotions due to a challenge or a stressful situation. That is totally normal. You will remain a human being. You will always be this being that is rich with emotions. Negative ones, or the ones that we don't want to feel, are part of that richness. And so that does not mean that you are weak. That does not mean that your efforts were in vain. That does not mean that you're not healing. That does not mean that you're failing. That does not mean that you have not built your emotional resilience. It is there. It's still there, but it is only human and only normal that we experience negative emotions, even if we have high resilience. That is totally normal. Again, having resilience does not mean that you will not experience negative emotions. It just means that you will be better at managing them. You will be better at handling them. You will be able to bounce back to your normal emotional and mental state in a very short time.